Today's story is TIFU, or Today I F Up by Living in a Dark Bedroom for 6 Years. A story by Moby323 on Reddit. The overhead fan in our bedroom uses one of those compact halogen light bulbs. 6 years ago, the bulb burned out and got really dim, just barely aglow. I bought a replacement bulb, but when I put that one in, it was also barely lighting up, so I realized the unit was bad. The fan still worked great. It literally is the best fan I've ever had because it moves a ton of air and is super quiet. The fan had also been a gift when we moved into our house. The unit cost over $400, so I didn't really want to replace it, even though our bedroom doesn't get much natural light, so it's pretty dark. So since then, over the years, my wife and I have had to make do with no overhead light. We open the windows during the day and at night use a combination of bedside lamps and the bathroom light. It is never really as good as lighting as an overhead lamp. So I keep some flashlights up there for when we are cleaning or looking for something, etc. After 6 years of living in the dark, this winter I just decided to replace the damn thing. But before I did, I decided to try one last time with another bulb. Because however unlikely it's possible, both bulbs I had tried were bad. So I'm up there installing the new bulb. Grab the remote. The fan has a remote. And as I'm turning the light on, I realize the goddamn thing is dimmable. For 6 effing years, we lived with the inconvenience of no overhead light, and the whole time was just because the damn thing was set to dim. F me. TLDR. For 6 years, I lived with no bedroom light because overhead lamp was broken. But turns out it was fine, and it was just set to dim setting the whole time. Oh my. I wouldn't say relatable because I read my products before I actually use them. So in this case, yep, this is an F up, all right. Okay, so nothing actually was broken. It's just that they didn't realize 6 years. 6 years. They didn't realize that the light bulb they've been using was just a programmable, dimmable light bulb. Well, you might think, well, that's an insanely long time to go without a proper light. But I guess some people don't really think about their light bulbs as much as others do. And in this case, I would say this couple definitely don't think about their light bulbs. They even went out of their way to use their bathroom lights and bedside lamps to light up their house. But in reality, the light bulb itself was not broken. This is more like a funny story, I guess. Nobody got hurt here other than them living in the dark for 6 years. Let's see what the comments have to say. I sat at my dining room table under a very dim fan light. I could have sworn used to be brighter, and a year ago, reading your post, I got up and hunted down the fan remote stuck forgotten in a drawer and replaced the batteries. There was not obvious lighter for a dimmer, but I just held the light button down, and what do you know? The light got a lot brighter. It's fair to say that your pose has brightened my life. Thanks. Ha ha ha. The pun. I had an overhead projector system installed at my home theater. A top of the line Epson. It was really dim, and I was disappointed. But since they had installed it, I figured that was normal. 5 years of watching movies, playing video games, Netflix, everything super dim. And last year, as I'm up there trying to adjust the picture size, I find the brightness knob. It was set to almost 0. God damn it, 5 years, the whole PS4 era. On the plus side, you probably seriously extended your bulb life so you can enjoy it for years more at proper brightness without having to replace it. That's true. I love looking at the bright side. Good, 4 or 5 years, she sure wasn't. This thread is a gift that keeps on giving. I have a friend who I don't know if I should name or not. Who, for I don't know how long, months or years, been using their monitor at a lower refresh rate. You know how like gaming monitors can go at high refresh rates of like, I don't know, maybe around 144 hertz or 240 hertz. So my friend didn't realize that his monitor was stuck at a very low refresh rate. And then like he was like, oh, I set it up to 60 hertz or something. And then when he realized that it could go faster, he was like, oh, it's like a brand new monitor. Yeah, it's all me. I guess this is why it's so important to read the manual, guys. Hi Ivy, welcome. Hi. Dimmer, I hardly even know her. Yeah, do not dim her. Don't do that, guys. This is oh, what does it look like? I'm curious now. Oh, it's one of those low tech looking remote. Okay. Oh my god, just moved into a place 2 weeks ago with a fan light and remote like that. And the light was dim. I replaced the globe, but it was still dim. The globe was 100 watts, so it should be too bright if anything. Was told it has been like that for years. I gave up and set up a lamp. I'm away, but I can't wait to get home and try and bring it to full brightness. Thanks. 100 watts for a light bulb is actually very concerning. My light bulbs are all like maximum 8 watts per light bulb, and I have like 10 of them, so 10 of them is like equal to like one of these bulbs. Yeah, my light bulbs are very efficient. They're LED, and I don't set them up like very bright, just like barely, because I don't want to hurt my eyes, in my room. The goal is not to blind myself, The goal is to be comfy and cozy. But yeah. No problem, just press and hold the light button. If it's all the way dim, you press it, it will go bright and vice versa. I guess, like, to be fair, maybe there's no manual that came with this setup. Maybe they just went into the house thinking that, oh, it'll be okay. Like, we'll figure everything out. I'm sure everything is foolproof. Little did they know it was not foolproof. You have prevented other people from 6 years of darkness. I believe this to IFES transcended past to a mess up. Thanks for brightening up people's lives. Oh, wrong person. Oh, shucks. I didn't put Opie's name. I put yours instead by mistake. Sorry. Still my hero, Oklahoma. Well, what did I do? The real TIFUs in the comment section. The comment section is so funny. I suggest that as you enter the room, grab the remote and get everyone's attention and exclaim, "Let there be light!" And as you set the dimmer to full blast. At 100 watts, it should blind everyone in amazement. Yeah, 100 watts is a lot of power for light bulbs. Bloody heck, I just got the same exact issue. I just thought it was purposely dim light. You guys just literally changed my lounge room. Oh my god, it fixed my theater. So many people having this issue. Wow, it's widespread. Oh my god, it fixed my bedroom light. I have lived there for a year and a half and had no idea it would work. Thanks, OP. I really need to dust better. When a TIFU turns into an LPT live pro tip. Oh my god. This is better than 99% of the posts on this, so that is true. This is, yeah. True story. I installed a food disposal years ago and forgot to knock out a plastic piece. Oh my god, that reminds me of a story about, okay, wait, let me just go with this story. To hook to water line. The first time the dishwasher ran, after that it didn't drain. I thought the dishwasher went bad and didn't replace for a year and washed the dishes by hand. When I bought a new dishwasher, I went to hook it up to the water line, discovered my mistake. Never told my wife what the real problem was. I've seen reviews of people using, like air purifiers, right? Let me see if I can find one. So basically, there's this Xiaomi air purifier, right? That looks like this, basically. So it's like, it has like this barrel design. The thing is, I've seen pictures of people using it with the plastic on. Because like when you first buy it, the plastic will still be on it. And I've seen people using it with the plastic on. And I'm like, what the heck? Like people use it with the plastic on. Because here's the thing, it's a filter. So it needs air to go through it for it to remove the dust in the air. But if you have a plastic on the filter, how in the world is it gonna filter anything? So there's no air purification done at all. Oh yeah, I found a picture of the plastic. Let me see. So it's low resolution, but yeah. So see, like this plastic, they even come with a notice like, oh, make sure like you have the plastic removed. Wait, what does it read here? Attention. Before using your new air purifier, you must remove the protection plastic. I think some people just like turn it on without like actually removing it. Imagine. Speaking of, I probably should like buy new air purifiers. I feel like in my room I need like at least 4, one for every corner. Or maybe 5, every corner and the center. Cause like I feel like my room is so dusty, right? On the desk, near my bed. And we need like a high cater air purifier. Maybe I can like turn like, I want to take a shower, right? I can turn on a button that basically like maximizes all the air purifiers on. It goes like while I'm in the shower. So it sucks all the dust in the air, and then by the time I come back, the air will be perfectly clean. Also, Kylan, how are you doing? Yeah. I think that'd be great if I could do that. In the future, of course. Moon Shadow, thank you for the follow. Welcome. I work for an appliance repair company. Yeah, by the way, we're reading Reddit posts right now in ASMR voice. This is for my YouTube channel. Yeah. Please join us in listening to this reading. I work at an appliance repair company. You have no idea how common that is. At least you didn't yell and scream at whoever sold it to you. Ever seen the toilet flush when installed? Does it knock the plastic off the flange out before setting toilet? Ooh. That sounds like it's gonna be a mess. You have a good lurk, Island. Okay, it says here, this happened to me one time in an apartment I was renting. The same thing. The dishwasher wasn't draining properly and was overflowing out the top of the sink. I called maintenance, but they were taking too long. I decided, F it. I undo the hose, clean it all out, thinking it had just clogged. That didn't work. Did a bit of research and learned about that plug. The effing maintenance guy never popped that plug out when he installed the garbage disposal before. Told the new maintenance guy old one was fired long before. But what happened, they sent everyone a memo asking if the setup was doing the same. The poor maintenance guy had to go to the damned near every apartment and remove that plug from all the disposal. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that should have been the training memo. A long-term troll, your wife knew about it and was waiting for you to finally fix it. Is Raymond's suitcase on the stairs from Everybody Loves Raymond? Wait, really? I don't remember the episode. When I watched the episode if I was a young teen, I had no idea how much it would relate to 17 years into marriage. I watched Malcolm in the Middle when it was original on Fox, and it was like 15 when it debuted. Totally related to Malcolm. Rewatched it in 2017 when it was on Netflix. Saw the whole series from Hal's perspective. Okay, I probably couldn't relate to all these stories. How about this one? She's probably been having bright parties while you were gone. Turns on the light on its brightest setting, gets some wine, gets a book because she can see the words. She probably has cameras installed outside so she knows when you're driving up the hallway. She dims the lights again before you get in. One time, she didn't pay attention to the camera. I didn't see you come up. She heard you open the door. She had a mini panic and fumbled around, trying to dim it before you got there and saw her secret. She probably tripped getting to the remote and you heard her fumble. You asked her if everything is okay, and she said, yeah, but you weren't so sure. There was panic in her voice. It was close to your birthday, and so you thought she maybe was hiding your present. Little did she know, she's been hiding the same thing to her for the past 6 years. You married the perfect woman, you just pick as a troll as you. Oh my god. This is one convoluted headcanon. You should write books. The story is awesome. Yeah, honestly, that was... I'm such a terrible writer. I stick to coding. Oh, coder. Just go to gaming telling story. Oh, plot unintended consequences. He determines that she's cheating on him. So, wow, okay. That's... Oh my god. The alternate story, the headcanon goes even deeper than this. That is in an alternate timeline. He starts installing cameras around the house. He hires a private investigator to figure out what's going on. After a few weeks, the private investigator doesn't find anything, but he insists on something strange is going on. His wife notices him acting strange and determines he's cheating. He hires a PI figure to figure out what's going on with him. Because it's a small town, there aren't many PI agencies. They hire the same person. The PI realizes that neither of them are cheating, but he decides not to tell them right away. He realizes that they can make more money off of this way. After a few weeks, a few $100s spent by both of them, they both start starting to get fed up. They love each other so much they don't want to give up on each other, but they can't live like this anymore. One night, they're getting ready for bed. She decides to confront him. You've been acting pretty strangely lately. Can we talk? She pleads. Of course we can talk. I thought you were acting strangely. I just want things to go back to normal. I do have a confession to make. You might be upset with me for it. I hired a PI to figure out what was going on with you, he explains. Me too. I've been sneaking around trying to figure out what you've been up to, she says, getting excited. After a long, relieving talk, they realize what has been going on. They figure out they both hired the same PI and has been playing them both to get more money out of them. They come up with a plan together. Oh my god, it's getting more convoluted. The next day, the wife asks to meet the PI somewhere near her job. She only has a few minutes to talk, so she would rather meet her near her office than have her go all the way to his. He agrees, and they meet later that afternoon. She tells him that he's giving up on investigating her husband and that She can't afford to lose any more money on this ridiculousness when obviously nothing's going on. The PI apologizes for not being able to come up with anything, thanks her for her business, and goes on his merry way. He's working late that night. He needs to make as much money as he can to pay for his wife's cancer treatment. He flips on his light. He notices it's dimmer than usual. He decides he'll go out to the store next day to pick up new bulb. Tonight, he goes spend some time with his wife, happy that he's able to earn some money. His best friend, oh wait, what? This took it to like a wholesome turn. This past one, what? I thought like, oh, the PI is gonna be like an a-hole who's just like, just tricking the couple into giving more money. But then in the end, the PI actually has a wife who's suffering from cancer, and he's trying to like, oh, just like earn money for her. Oh wow, and this is not even related to the original pose, like in a real way. I'll pay $4 for the purpose of reading that fan fiction. There's had to be at least 8 scenes. Like, it takes some thinking. Don't fret that it's only had sexy times after the long relieving thought. Damn, that is a good story. Wow, this story is so good. Actually, says Arug. Wow, this is why I read Reddit, guys. Reddit has a lot of gold mines like this, where like you can just go in there, and there's so many things that can help you just entertain yourself. All these free stories, guys. There's too many of them. They're so great. Acrobatic Sherpa said, glad I didn't wait 6 years to figure out that one out when we bought a house. It only took my 5 years old 2 months to tell us 5-year-old 2 months to tell us what the problem was. After he finished securing the Wi-Fi route. Wait, what? It only took me 5 years. Oh no, it only took my 5-year-old 2 months to tell us what the problem was. Wait, how does a 5-year-old be able to communicate that to their parents? After he finished securing the Wi-Fi, also setting up the media server to stream Baby Shark, and dare I say, Kalu in every room of the house. Wait, Baby Shark has been more than 7 years? What? You guys know this? 7 years of Baby Shark is insane. Truly the darkest timeline I was my people ever please. If I had to watch Kalu every time I went. How about Peppa Pig? How long ago was that? That is insane. That is actually insane. Wow. Oh my god, that's the thing. Subscribe. Alright. Oh, Kalu hate. That's a subreddit for everything, guys. That is insane. That there's a subreddit for everything. Reddit is like a gold mine for everything. Kalu hate. Let's see. What are people hating on here? Oh my god. I swear. I love Reddit for this. There's 10k members too. Oh my god. People are really hating on this series. That is insane. Okay. Oh, I think like maybe the 5-year-old like hit something or something. A few years ago, we bought a smart TV and enjoyed all the streaming capabilities it had. Well, one day, one of my kids would draw on my tablet watching YouTube, and I'm playing a game. All of a sudden, it switches to YouTube, and their show started playing. I was so freaking confused until I found out it was casting capabilities. So the kid, it helps them discover the features they didn't know existed. How was he able to figure that out? Kids these days just figure out things such things that older people just don't think about. That is true. I agree. I had cousins who figured things out by his phone and stuff much faster than I did. And I'm pretty tech savvy. It's because they're young and not afraid of what could happen if you press all the buttons at the same time. Oh my god, that's so true. You know, this is like a philosophy for life right here. Sometimes you must not be afraid to try things, you know, because like you just don't know if, like, for example, right, like me, I'm trying out YouTube right now. I don't know if I'm gonna be successful at it. I don't know if I'll ever be able to earn a single cent from it. I don't know if people will like my voice, like my content. I don't know if people will want to watch me at all. But I need to adopt the mind of, you know, like my inner child. Like, do as many things as you can in life and see what works and what doesn't. You will only know what works and what doesn't when you actually do it, when you actually put your skin in the game. If you don't put your skin in the game, chances are you'll never find out. And kids, they're very curious, and the only reason why they grow into shy adults, in my opinion at least, is because growing up, children are told no, which creates great boundaries and understanding of social construct, like rules, social rules, and whatnot. But at the same time, it limits them, right? It's good that they learn about how the world works, but it also limits them to become the person that is limited to what their surroundings deem them to act like. Like, for example, someone like me is expected to have a job and a family and children or whatever. I don't have any of that. I'm living this life right here. That is unconventional, but I like it. And I'm trying my best to do everything I can to live this life. I try YouTube, I try Twitch, I try being a VTuber until I can figure out, like, you know, at the end of it, like, oh yeah, this is like something that maybe is not for me, but I have to do it first for me to know if it's for me or not. And right now, honestly, I'm very happy that I tried streaming, and I'm very happy that I tried to go through the hardship of making content, because I realized that even though it's not paying as much as I would like at the moment, I will not have it any other way, because thanks to VTubing, I'm connected to so many people on the internet. I met so many friends. I've learned what makes me happy and excited to wake up every morning. Well, I say morning, but I wake up at night. You know, to look forward to something in my day to day. And I wouldn't have had that if it wasn't for, you know, exploring things like a child would, like being brave, being courageous. So there's wisdom here in what this person is saying, is because they're young and not afraid of what could happen if you press all the buttons at the same time. Although it might seem like just a passing comment on this light dimming story, but I do think that that it means a lot here. Yeah, but the innocence of children, I think, like, sometimes it's good for us to adopt that kind of thinking so that we can explore the world as well. So yeah, that's a huge part of it. Yeah, I once deleted System 32 from my aunt's computer just to see what it would do. Your computer crashes. That's what it does. And Alt F4. Have you been in games where people like tell you like, hey, if you press Alt F4, I'll give you a free item in the game, and then like people would press Alt F4 and they get disconnected because Alt F4 closes the window, you know? So I was like, oh man, that was like a crazy prank back then. I'm gonna be honest. I totally thought this would end in you finding a huge spider's web, or rat's nest, or a mass cockroaches. Ew. A mess of cockroaches are something that can change. That when you change your light, I'm glad it wasn't. Your result was a lot more wholesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, at least it is. I thought it was going to cause a fire caused by ignoring long-term electric problem. Yeah, I guess this is not a big F up. It's more like this is definitely a live pro tip right here. Something else might have been said to him too. He's talking about the guy's brain. He's talking about the guy's brain and the wife's brain as well. Damn, this is a diss if I've seen one. I know it's a matter of preference, but I find bright overhead lights offensive and prefer lamp light at home. Lamps are fun and the shades give lighting a character, warmth, or color. Feel uncomfortable when I go to someone's house and they have like 300-watt light bulbs in the overhead like an effing interrogation room. I don't want to be able to see inside of your ear hole and talking across the room. Chill it out. No, I agree. Honestly, my room, I only have lamps on, you know, like these, what are they called? Wait, what is this brand again? I forgot, but I have these smart lights, right? Like, oh, I think it's called Yi Light. I think it's called Yi Light. Not one S. Oh, W4 light. Yeah, I have a lot of these light bulbs. Oh, but one of them died on me recently, and I was like, oh, is that why they're cheap? It just like didn't turn on. Like I thought it was supposed to be better, but it just like it died on me. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's not dead. I don't know. I need to try it out in different, like, you know, but it just stopped turning on. So I was like, what? Yeah, maybe I need to like look at reviews. Maybe there are reviews where people are like, oh yeah, it died. For me, I guess it died in a year, which is surprising because I have older light bulbs that are still like going strong today, you know? So I'm like, maybe the newer light bulb is just not as good. Yeah. But anyway, my dad and I independently developed practice of unscrewing light bulbs over a bathroom mirror until it was no longer blindingly bright. I didn't have these in my childhood home. He arrived to an Airbnb a couple of days before me and unscrewed like 4 out of the 8. I just figured out the homeowners kept it that way because 4 is excessive, let alone 8. I didn't adjust anything, and after a couple of days he told me I could because he did it. I left it, of course, and a month or so later I came across a list of quirks that Scottish people have. And apparently it's a Scottish thing to like living in a dark way, really. You can't fight what is in your blood. What? It's a Scottish quirk? Jesus Christ. With 8 light bulbs in a bathroom fixture, people pretty much become translucent and you see their veins. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh my God. Thank you. We moved into a new house. We also, hold on, let me just do this. Okay. Let me just add this. We moved into a new house several months ago. The ceiling fan like in my office works but wasn't bright enough. I've just been ignoring it. Your post inspired me to see if it was dimmed. It was in fact dimmed. Oh my God, another person? Danny, have a good luck. Thank you so much. And also, yeah, good luck with whatever you need to do. Okay, thank you. Many people have asked, so I will explain that the remote control has 2 buttons for the light. I assume one would brighten and one would dim. But yeah, they both toggle. Odd, but I ignored it. Turns out, if you hold the button, it changes the brightness. From the replies, It seems that standard behavior is a single light button that cycles through brightness. This one, the button you choose determines the direction it starts when the cycling brightness. Okay. Also, thank you for the gilding, kind strangers. Did y'all know that gold comes with a week of premium? I didn't. That's pretty. Oh, cool. Also, 100 coins, which is enough to give silver. Nice. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a Reddit miracle. All right. Let me see. The part I love the most that it has been 6 years. Yeah, 6 years is long. Like a month would get a slight chuckle. A year would see me expel air from my nose. But 6 years? That's like 14, 6 years ago. I was in, I was 14 6 years ago. I was in grade 9 and didn't even have a job. That's how long you've been have accepted this misfortune of having no overhead bedroom light, only to find out it was dimmable. What was your reaction? I expect at this point, it wouldn't even be just one anger, just a defeated quiet. You've got to be kidding me. Yeah, 6 years, that's longer than I have been in college. What brand of light bulbs did he use? Yeah, it's as if like you haven't lived in that house at all. Well, anyway, this was a very funny but also enlightening, I get it, because light bulb story. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow for more reading Reddit post stories in ASMR voice. And also, guys, you guys didn't know, I also stream daily on Twitch and also on YouTube. And I play games, and I also do a lot of just yapping and chatting on stream. If you guys ever want to check me out, feel free to drop by, and the links will be in the description. Thank you so much for joining in today, and please like and subscribe this video. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye.